AI can speak Pidgin now. It understands our proverbs, our slangs, our music, our story. That didn't happen by accident. AI learned from the collective word knowledge, including our culture and languages. They all went into training this massive system. Nobody asked us, nobody paid us. Yesterday, while the richest economies on earth just wonder this is moving faster than any economic shift in human history. Here is a question nobody in Africa is asking loud enough. What are we actually getting out of this? US Senator Bernie Sanders said something a few weeks ago that most people fired under American politics, but it's not. Watch this.
The foundation of AI is based on our collective human intelligence. Our books, songs, artwork, journalism, computer code, scientific research, videos, conversations, images, and ideas span.
Is introducing legislative to give the American public an ownership stake in AI companies because of exactly what you just heard. Sanders was talking about American writers and artists. But think about what that means for entire continent he wasn't even thinking about. If AI can speak Pidgin, if it understands Yoruba proverbs, or Swahili idioms, that knowledge came from somewhere. It came from us. And why Sanders is fighting for American public? Nobody in Washington DC or Silicon Valley is even suggesting Africa should see a cent in return. This is not a new African story. It is the oldest one we have. Watch Aliko Dangote Vision 2030.
We have what you call Dangote Vision 2030. No country in modern economic history has achieved a high income status without industrialization. Every economy that has escaped poverty at scale, whether Britain, Germany, the United States, Japan, South Korea, China, Vietnam, or more recently Bangladesh, did so through a deliberate process of industrial transformation.
He's right about the resources Africa got them, but we make less than 2% of the world manufacturing value. We had the ingredient, not the factory. That's why we are still poor despite being rich in terms of resources. AI is history repeating itself. Only now, these resources being extracted isn't oil or cobalt. It's our data, our languages, our culture. The question is whether we are making the same mistake twice. Here's the part that should make you angry and hopeful at the same time, because almost nobody is acting on this. MTN is the closest thing Africa has to a real example of that right now. In May, MTN Group announced it converting its African cellular towers, the actual physical tower standing in your city right now, into AI computing infrastructure. GPU installed at tower site, running AI processing at the network edge across the entire continent. The ambition is for MTN to become the biggest distributor of edge inference in the continent. But here's the line that matters more than that one. Molapis said it himself. Africa today owns roughly 1% of global computing power. And without building its own AI infrastructure, the continent risks repeating commodity extraction pattern all over again. Exporting raw data, importing back process intelligence at a premium. That is an African executive saying Dangote exact argument in AI terms out loud. MTN is one company. Where are the other 53 countries worth of investors? And here is why waiting is the most expensive option on the table. Recently, not last month. Recently, more than 200 of world-leading economists, including 15 Nobel Prize winners, released a joint statement warning that AI could reshape the global economy faster and bigger than the Industrial Revolution itself. Steam, electricity, and computer each gave society decades to adapt. AI may give us only few years. That is Professor Antin speaking. Meanwhile, OpenAI just launched 3 new model tiers and a live voice AI that listen and speak in real time. The pace is not slowing down for Africa to catch up later. It's accelerating while the continent debates whether this is even a priority. Google did open an AI lab in Accra this real and what technology, but access to lab is not the same as ownership of company. Kenya training millions in AI skills, important, but skills without capital and infrastructure behind them build workers for someone else's company, not owners of your own. And we've seen exactly where that road leads before. It is the same Japa mindset that already emptied this continent of doctors and engineers who trained here and then couldn't find the opportunity to practice here. So, my argument is, if we train Africans in AI without building an infrastructure to hire them, we are not building African AI capacity. We are just training the next generation of talent for export to the West, repeating the same brain drain while Africa remains the weakest link in a boom it helped create. Here is where I land, and I want you to sit with this. What is Africa actually getting out of this AI boom? Access, training, a research lab in Accra, versus what China built on itself. China built Baidu, Alibaba, DeepSeek, and many other AI companies on its own terms, competing globally. Why can't Africa do the same? We have the minerals, we have the population. Apparently, we have the culture the whole world's AI is already trained on. What we don't have yet is the will to own it instead of just supplying it. And if you think this matters, this is exactly why I made this channel. Subscribe and let's keep asking the question everyone else is avoiding. And hopefully, our leader will listen to us.